Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining me. We're making stencils and I just thought I'd just show you how I make my swirly whirly stencils. And here's just one. I tape them to another file and I actually keep them in a sleeve so I can just keep them in a filing system. But I'm just going to show you how to quickly make those yourself. And here's another little one along with a little flower. And all I do is get a Sharpie or something, and these are the file dividers. They're plastic, so they're washable, they're durable, and they're very inexpensive. You can buy 10 for $2.50 at supermarkets even, and stationers anywhere around the world. So all I do is I just do a loop like that, then I come round and do a double line. Now this is probably not the best double line, but it doesn't matter because you're going to cut it, so it's just a guide to give you to follow it through. And I mark where I'm going to cut. Well, obviously all this top and all this bottom is going to be cut, but also here, you know, just if you just give yourself little crosses, and then you don't get a bit cross-eyed when you're trying to cut them. And the other thing I do before I start is I actually get in with a Stanley knife or a blade or whatever you've got, and I actually do a little cut right into that corner section there. So when you come with your scissors and cut this out, you'll hit that and you get a nice sharp edge, and then you can turn around. And you turn your paper or your plastic, whatever you cut it, rather than actually turn your scissors. And so by the magic of everything, here's one I prepared earlier. So I actually filmed this one, and I realised I was so out of camera it was ridiculous. But anyway, here's my little crosses. So here's the top part that I'll remove, and here's the bottom section is cut. And here are the pieces from the centre. Now before I cut those out, I extend that little cut line so I could just get my scissors in. And these pieces here I'll actually save for masking, so they're good for putting on your gel plate and masking. I'm going to make a series of these gel plates prints using these little swirly lines. I think they might be fun. And you see you've got this bottom here, so you can actually use this line on the side of your plate or anything you want. So that's a very easy way to do it. And of course this is thick and thin and thick and thin, but I think that's the idea with it being a gestural line. And if you cut through, look, it's not life-threatening. You just put a bit of masking tape on it and it'll last forever and a day. And so you can get as complex as you like. This one I started cutting out, I haven't finished yet, but I started using a little wood cutting tool, and it was just a bit too thick, the point, and so it made a bit of a mess of the plastic. So I need to get in and cut that with scissors and sharpen it up, because that's just so hard. But I mean, you can see how swirly this is, and I got into a bit of problem here because I actually hadn't marked the cuts before I started, which of course do what I say and not what I'm doing clearly on this matter, but I will, before I start again, I'll go through and make marks to see where I'm going to cut them. And so the idea is my plan, which I always try and go to a plan, because I've only got a few weeks left of playing with gel plates, because as some of you may know, I make pots, and 10 months of the year I'm a potter, and so, but I love to play with gel plate. Once I start potting, there's clay everywhere and dust everywhere, and I just it's just too hard. So this one, probably not a good thing to see, but this one here, you can see it's from a file, I just did some zigzag lines, but I left myself a border, and then I cut these out, and I've kept them, and they're going to be used as masks as well. So these are all new that I've cut. I've cut them over the last couple of weeks, and so we're going to start making nice prints, because I'm going to do another altered book, and I'll do a little flip through for the next video. Anyway, I hope you have a go at that and have a bit of fun. Thanks for joining in.